The World Whisperer. Avery had always been able to talk to animals. It was a power she had kept to herself, afraid of what others might think. But as she grew older, she began to embrace her gift and used it to help those in need. She became known as the Animal Whisperer, a person who could communicate with creatures great and small. But one day, everything changed. As Avery walked through a park, she heard something new. It was a faint whisper in her mind, a voice that she didn't recognize. She soon realized that she could hear the thoughts of the plants. It was overwhelming at first, but she quickly adapted to this new ability. She could sense the trees communicating with each other and the flowers whispering secrets to the bees. And then she heard something else, something that shocked her to her core. She could hear the thoughts of humans as well. Avery was terrified by this new power. She had never wanted to know what people were thinking, but now she couldn't help it. She could hear their fears, their secrets, and their darkest desires. She could also hear their plans for destruction. She could hear the hum of machines tearing through forests, the sound of oil rigs piercing the earth, and the smell of toxic chemicals in the air. She could hear the world crying out for help. Avery knew she had to do something. She couldn't just sit back and listen to the world dying. She had to figure out a way to save it. She began to talk to the animals, asking for their help. She explained the situation to them and asked if they had seen anything that could be causing the destruction. The animals were hesitant at first, but they eventually began to open up to her. They told her stories of strange machines that had been digging into the ground and polluting the air with their exhaust. They told her of humans cutting down trees and leaving nothing but stumps behind. Avery listened to their stories and came up with a plan. She knew she couldn't do this alone, so she set out to find other people who could help her. She searched the internet, looking for people who were passionate about the environment and who wanted to make a difference. She found a group of activists who shared her vision, and they quickly became friends. Together, they started a movement to save the world. They raised awareness about the damage that was being done and encouraged people to take action. They organized protests, wrote letters to politicians, and started petitions. They worked tirelessly to spread the word and to get people to care. Avery continued to talk to the animals, asking for their guidance. She could sense their pain and felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility to help them. She walked through forests, listening to the trees and talking to the animals. It was a long and arduous journey, but she was determined to save the world. Finally, Avery and her friends arrived at a summit where the world's leaders were meeting. They presented their case, explaining the damage that was being done and urging the leaders to take action. At first, the leaders were dismissive of their concerns, but Avery refused to back down. She used her gift to communicate with the animals and plants, allowing them to share their pain and suffering with the humans. Slowly but surely, the leaders began to realize the gravity of their actions. They agreed to make changes, to stop the destruction and to work together to restore the world. Years passed, and the world began to heal. The air was cleaner, the oceans were healthier, and the forests were growing once again. Avery had become known as the World Whisperer, a hero to both animals and humans alike. She had proven that with compassion and determination, anything was possible.